How's it going, guys? Big Musker, and today I want to come to you with this video on a new Wrath of the Lich King. 3 times XP, 3 times world drop, 2 times rep, and 2 times honor server. It's called Omega WoW. And before I get into anything, I want to make this abundantly clear that the devs came to me and asked me to make this video. And this is a sponsored video. But I want to assure you that I made sure, I was able to stay neutral and objective. I'm not gonna say this. If something's not working on the server, I'm not gonna hide that. I think the devs' intentions more so that they want the word out that they have a Wrath server coming out more so than like a review on it. Because I'm definitely not gonna review something if I'm sponsored per se. Because then even if I try my hardest, it could technically sway me in some way to not be neutral or not be as objective and as I could be. So this is not going to be a review. This is going to be just simply, hey, the server's coming out. Here's some footage of Oculus. And I will still say my opinions, but just keep in mind that this video is sponsored. I'm going to try my best to stay as neutral as I possibly can, which I think I'm going to do a pretty decent job of, but it's up to you guys to interpret. Like I said, it's a 3x P, 3x world drop, 2x rep, 2x honor, so it's accelerated wrath rates. The open beta was yesterday. I played on that for a bit. I had some fun. Did some 5-mans. Almost got into an axe group, but they made me respec, and then they removed me because I was taking too long to respec. I probably should have just tanked it as Blood Death Knight, but I don't know how that works, so could have just done it, but that's my own fault. So yeah, planned content schedule. I'll provide links to this all in the description, and I'll slowly scroll through it. You can read it. I don't think I need to read this out for you. But yeah, I'll have links in the description for you guys to check out about the server if you want more information. Connection guide link here will be linked for you guys. If you're interested in playing, keep in mind that this server is coming out in 1 week, 5 days, 4 hours, 30 minutes. So that's the 25th of January at 7 p.m. GMT +1. You have time to think about it, look into it, do your own research. Yeah, they have a Discord. The devs are pretty active there, so if you have any questions that are not covered in this video that you may think of, I think it's better to ask the devs themselves rather than me, because my knowledge base on Wrath of the Lich King is not superb. I do remember some of it from playing, but I'm definitely more knowledgeable now, especially with private servers, about vanilla TBC. So, alright, now, and you may be wondering about the cash shop or monetization of this server. And that's something I was curious about as well, which is why I asked, and I said I'm going to include the messages sent in Discord, like these specific ones, to, I want to share it with you guys so you, have transparency here. So I asked him, I just basically said the video is going to be up in a day or two, any info like release date that you want me to include. I also want to know how you monetize the server and what's available with the cash shop, because that's important, and so they said, this is important for you guys to know before, because I know everyone has different standards on what they find acceptable in cash shops, and it's completely fine if you if you won't play on a cash shop server, if that's just a moral thing you have, understandable, more power to you, and vice versa if you don't mind cash shops and you think hey, as long as the server is well kept, happy devs, happy server, then fair enough to you as well. So what here he said, here he's a dev, he's the one who contacted me about this. He said, yeah, the release date should be in there, as well as the quality of the content and community opinions on the project. We want to make sure every decision we make is understood by our community and hopefully accepted, and we're always open towards receiving feedback. We're not going to just dump some big change on everyone without making sure it's a good idea and has a certain degree of sustainability in the long run. That's what I hope we achieve with the community challenges. We'll be releasing patches 3 to 4 months from each other, depending on how fast the community clears current content. We don't want to spend too long on raids such as Trial of the Crusader, so we're adopting a more flexible progression timeline to cater to the needs of the community. Server was relatively well scripted from my experience. You'll see later in the video an Oculus run, and I didn't notice one bug. There was another 5-man that had some bugs and bosses not working correctly, but that being said, if Oculus is scripted correctly, I think the devs clearly have the skill to script that one 5-man that's probably easier to script than Oculus. And that's what I'm saying. It's just about them putting in the time and effort. So Time will tell if they do. I hope they do. I hope the server ends up well for them. And with that Oculus scripting, I have the devs are clearly capable of scripting the entire Wrath content well, but we'll see later down the line. Because I know he mentioned Ulduar is the biggest challenge they face, and I can definitely see how Ulduar would be a pretty tough that'd be pretty tough to script for private service. So, and that's why I'm saying if Ulduar is solid, like scripting, really well scripted, the server is going to be a hit because Ulduar is probably one of the most uh, Ulduar is notoriously the best raid ever made. Manage Ulduar really well. I'll probably be there trying out Ulduar and Wrath content because I always wanted to go back and see Ulduar as current content. The cash shop here, this is where it mentions it. We're starting the donation shop out with purely cosmetic items, tabards, pets, mounts, and toys. A little bit later down the line, we'll be adding. You'll be able to purchase the usual character services, transfers, and race changes, appearance change, and a 3.1 as level 60 boost. Depending on community reception, we'll be able to move forward to level 70 boost in 3.2 or leave it at 60. Or my opinions on this is like personally I'm fine with cosmetics for a private server. It's better than having a crashing server or devs that like want to shut down the server because they're not getting any like compensation or anything. I'm fine with tabards, pets, mounts. Fine with me. Level 60 boost I would say is like XP boost and heirlooms on the shop I'd say is like I'm a little bit less okay with, but I would still play a server if it's scripted well with XP boosters. So I'd say there's different tier of offense, and some people may not like any cash shop, and that's a perfectly reasonable perspective. Just personally know my boundaries stop when gear, like when epic raid or when current content gear, even if it's like say Nax gear is being sold in ICC patch, even then it's I don't know, I don't really have a I still don't feel like comfortable with that. So well, currently the devs have no actual plan of adding in like epic gear or current raid gear or raid gear at all other than heirloom to the cash shop. And they said, so I'll read it out what they said. We're still very much on the fence about adding gear other than heirloom to the shop. We're considering a few ways to go about it, but we want to make sure we don't mess up the game doing it. We're definitely not adding any quest reward gear, since it's been shown in the past many items have no level requirements and end up being used by twinks to stomp others in low level battlegrounds. Our current idea is to make quote-unquote useful gear available in the store only, if it's 2 to 3 tiers behind current tier items in terms of item level. This is obviously an idea that requires heavy iteration, and we're planning on toying around with it for a while. After all, the earliest it would get implemented would be 3.2, and this is where I said like I chimed in with my own input, like because the devs made it clear that they want community feedback, so I figured I'd give mine here. Like I said, I'll be honest, adding the gear to the shop other than cosmetics and heirlooms will definitely paint the server negatively. The private server community is pretty vicious. I think heirlooms and cosmetics are fine though. I'd be cautious about gear though. That's my input. So yeah, definitely be like if I know the devs are going to be watching this, 100% like if you want my personal opinion, do not add any form of like end game gear to the cash shop. I think it'll cause just more harm in general. You guys now know the server has the potential for gear monetization. They're on the fence about it. They don't know. They're kind of like cautious about it. So keep that in mind if you decide to play on the server. But if you're just looking for a fun like 3x Wrath experience with good scripting, from what I've experienced, it's pretty good. Then I'm sure this server will scratch that itch for you. And yeah, so he replied here, that's why we're still on the fence about it. We still have about a half a year at least until 3.2, so we have a lot of time to think it through. If it ends up being too risky for the community, we won't add anything, and I think it is too risky for the community. I would not caution against it. We all saw how terrible Gira donations ended up being for the community, especially in 2010, 2013 era when ICC was quote-unquote new and prominent in the private server community. There has been some sort of cultural shift where most of the private server community moved away from things like gear donation, custom content, and cross-faction, even transfers. They were such a crazy cool thing when they came out, but now we have the wisdom to know they end up destroying a server in the long run. The old Omega WoW opened transfers in 2012 and had thousands of characters come through, but the effect of that decision started its downfall in late 2013 when we realized the different server communities we brought together would not homogenize. So whatever we're deciding for the server now is decided keeping in mind things like transfers, which then sounded like a great feature to have. We don't want to rush into the decision when it comes to gear donation, so we'll be taking it very slow. Anyways guys, thanks for watching the video. I'll have all this information in the description. And like I said, video sponsored, so definitely form your own conclusions on the scripting. Let it speak for itself. If it's good, it's good. There you go. Like, anyway, so I'll be showing the clips now. Talk to you guys later. Peace out. Magic portal. Whoa, dude, what's happening? Dodge shit. I'm gonna run into it, see if it works. I absorbed it, so I think it's working. I just think we're really tanky. Teleport's working. Yeah, seem good. Alright, let's go, gamers. What's this? Dude, I remember they were so obsessed with vehicle combat in Wrath of the Lich King, and then they like just dropped it and never fucking did it again. Should we mount up then? You can't fly with that, homie. We blasting. Not. This is the moment of truth, boys. If this dungeon works, then like the server is gonna be pretty good, from what I suspect. This dungeon has like a lot of goofy scripting that's gonna need to be done right, from my understanding. Like if like what I mean is, even if stuff's broken, if they can script this instance correctly, then I think they can script like a lot of shit correctly. Did we do all of them yet? Yeah, we gotta kill these guys first. Yeah, that's right, that's right, that's right. See, my Death Knight probably does more damage than this fucking dragon. Okay. Spread the flags. Blood boil. Yep. Hog? We gaming? One thing I don't like about Death Knights, I wish Pestilence wasn't like melee range. It's kind of clunky. That's a Wrath thing though. That's like moment of truth, boys. Doesn't work. It does. Hog, it works. Kill this guy now. Okay, we got that on. Pop that. Reapply dots. Spend the runic power. Gotta like manage my runes better, I think. His dialogue works too. Pog? Actually, not bad. Dude, Death Knight feels actually slick to play though, not gonna lie. Oh, I think I should. If I had enough runic power, I could have interrupted him. I think he flees to other platforms. He does. Alright, he's here now. Interrupt his ass, dude. Get him. Feels good to play blood DPS after so long. Oh! I almost fucking jumped off the cliff with a fucking normal mount. It's gonna be yikes and also cringe for me. I'm not gonna lie. Alright. Does that put 2 blood plagues on them? Is that normal? I'm gonna stand here, let's see if it works. Works. Oculus is actually like working really well. Damn, it's pretty good. Oh well, I can't go that way. Wait, do we go up to the top? We do. Here it goes. Yeah, you fight this guy's a Drake. That's why. Yay! Mount combat. Chain CC him, dude. Get him. Wait, I'm gonna fucking pop this. Nuke him, boys. Chain CC him. Big DPS. Is it even bound to? Run, dude. This is so scuffed. Not the scripting, but the fucking Oculus. The fucking Oculus is such it's the goofiest dungeon of all time, I'm not gonna lie. It's kinda cool though. I mean, mountain combat's kinda like just weird wonky though. Fucking Wrath, dude. Blast him. Get him. Get him, dude. We're all fucking spamming. Oh, I'll stun him. I'll hit him with this. No, dude. Stun him. Dude, the CC on the Enrage. Is that a fucking Nax Raider? This is a fucking Nax Raider playing the game right now. You see those mechanics? Look at Bop and Weave. Watch this. Dude, we just barrel roll it. Outplayed. Wait. Dude, we're gonna barrel roll it again. Oh god, he's mad, dude. Fuck him up. Fuck him up, dude. Get him. We did it. Yay. Yeah, this was actually a pleasant surprise. Like, it's pretty well scripted for my estimates.